Howdy folks, welcome back to my World of Tanks replays with the mighty Jingles. It's replay roundup time again. Tonight we're concentrating on medium tanks. And this is Rat 12 in his Lorraine 40T Tier 9 French medium tank. This is a tank I absolutely loved. My favourite tank in the game. When it was Tier 8. It's not so bad at Tier 9, but it kind of lost the charm that it had when it was a Tier 8. It did get some buffs when it got bumped up to Tier 9. Obviously it got more health. And they lowered the reload time on the 100mm gun. But other than that, it's pretty much just the same Tier 8 tank that it used to be. Not a bad tank, however. So we're here on Arctic, or Mannerheim Line, as it's referred to in the game files. And Rat's feeling pretty lonely out on this flank. Tier 9 game. Plenty of Tier 9s on each side. Oh, somebody just shot at us. Right, yeah. It's the thing about the Lorraine. You know, it's a typical French tank. It's really quick, it's really mobile, but it can't take hits. And you have to know how to use the reload of that gun. Which, admittedly, as I said earlier, now that this thing's at Tier 9, the reload isn't quite that bad. But it can still get you into trouble. It's nowhere near as bad as the AMX 5100 Tier 8 French heavy tank, which is basically just a bigger, slower, easier to kill version of one of these. But that thing's got a 52-second reload on the same gun. On effectively the same chassis. It's just absurdly bad. It's quite manageable on the Lorraine, however. So again, as you've seen in countless other replays, we're pretty much the only guy on this corner. Now there's a lurver coming around. But this is all going to depend on what's waiting around that corner. And in a tank with his armour as thin as this, you don't want to be the first one around that corner. And this is a difficult map for tanks like the Lorraine, because you really want places where you can use your speed manoeuvrability and swoop around the flanks. And there really aren't any positions on this map where you can effectively do that. And oh, here they come. So far we know an E50 and a T50-2. Now there are spots on this map where you can use your manoeuvrability, but they tend to be open to fire from every direction, and it's suicide unless you know what's covering your approach. And the problem with the French tanks with the autoloader guns is they are no good at all for defending. They can lay down some monstrous burst fire in a couple of seconds, but then they're defenceless, completely defenceless. You can't defend a position with one of these tanks. Or you'd like to think you couldn't. But what's this? Look at the map. Look what's coming around this corner. So he's killed a T-54, which is a valuable kill, but that lurver is about to die, and there's all hell coming around that corner. And we're empty. We've still got 20 seconds of reload at least. We have to get the hell out of here. There goes the lurver. And look what's coming around this corner.
One of our tracks is damaged.
And there's not an awful lot of backup available. There's plenty of enemy tanks, friendly tanks down here, but they're all engaged on the other bloody side of the, you know, they're... Oh wait, here they come. Right, okay. We are going to get some support. Now we've reloaded. And you can see these tank destroyers are starting to reposition. They've spotted the threat. Meanwhile, the main fight is going down on the corner around the south end of the enemy base. Come on, kill him. Right, okay. T-50-2 there, taking pot shots at us, but not a massive threat. It's these guys on the right, but support has arrived. We're still stuck. We can't break cover. We're waiting to reload. There's absolutely nowhere we can go. We have to basically keep ducking and diving around this rock. Oh, 3002 dB puts one into my big fat French ass, and we still haven't reloaded. But that T-50-2 is... He's not penetrating, not from the front. Or at the very worst, all he's doing is hitting our tracks. And finally we've reloaded.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Now, again, check the map. We're starting a cap. And all he has to do is just not die and stop these guys from getting further forward. But there's plenty of support arrived. Come on, just stay alive for a few more seconds. I'ma wreck that DB. Oh crap. E50 behind us. Come on, stay alive, don't die. And we've capped, and we've won. And a fantastic defence in a tank that is completely unsuited for defensive operations. 4 kills in his Lorraine, while basically holding off a third of the enemy team, largely alone for the majority of the game. French tanks trying to defend, absolutely hopeless, but you know, he did it. And eventually support arrived and he wasn't facing half the enemy team by himself. So very, very well played. Using a French tank in a role that is completely not suited for, and doing spectacularly well at it. Well done. So next up is Dragon Blooded in his Matilda Black Prince. Who put that rock there? What a stupid place to put a rock, behind a bush like that. That's just irresponsible. Because if there's one thing that the Black Prince doesn't need, it's being slowed down unnecessarily, because the thing can only do 20 kilometers per hour anyway. Basically it's a Matilda with a Comet turret. The premium tier 5 medium tank. And yes, I have sped things up slightly, because otherwise we'd be sitting here forever waiting for him to get into the action. And unfortunately, that is just what happens when you're playing one of these little tanks, with its 20 km per hour top speed. So eventually, we're going to get into range and find something to shoot at. So it's a tier 6 game, tier 5 premium medium tank here on Roundup. And eventually, there we go, something to shoot at. Oh, lots of things to shoot at. Fine. Well, yeah, if you're just going to sit there, it'd be rude of us not to kill you. Fortunately, the team is getting their asses kicked on that street corner. Come on, get that ARL. Yes, there we go. Kill number 1. Kill number 2. Can we make it 3 kills in 10 seconds? Oh. Oh. Okay, maybe next time. Looking at the map, the village around the crossroads is suspiciously quiet. We've got nothing there. There's one heavy tank who is either guarding that road against nothing that we can see, or is AFK. And there's that M7 we failed to kill earlier. But the one thing you will notice about the Black Prince is that while it is not a quick tank at all, it is very manoeuvrable. It turns very quickly, and the turret turns incredibly quickly. I've seen people try to... Well, it happened to me actually when I was playing this thing on the test server. T50-2s get you, and they think, slow tank, no problem, circle of death, and then you kill them because your turret and hull rotates faster than they can circle you. And they're easy meat. It's a top tip: if you come across one of these guys, don't waste your time trying to circle around him. He will hit you. You will not be able to beat his gun traverse. Your only chance is to blow his tracks off. But he's got all that spaced armour around his tracks. The tracks on this thing are really, really good at eating shells. Now the team's capping, but it's been a pretty even fight. I mean, the scores are 9-9. And here comes a T-34-85. And this thing just pumps the shots out. The DPM on this little bugger isn't bad at all. Oh, was that a shell just went flying past? I think it was. Came from the right. Don't see anything. And there's an SU-100 down that road. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Kill the Panther 4. Okay, easy 8 takes him out. Here comes the French bathtub of doom, the S-35.
Penetration.
Yeah, he's going to shoot at us. There it is.
That's gotta hurt.
Kind of why he isn't shooting. And that actually appears to have been the SU-100 using the 85mm gun.
That one didn't go through.
And he's going to hit us again. No, he's not, because we killed him. Ha ha, sucks to be you. And all they have left is a... looks like a Sherman. There he comes. Yep. And he's doomed. He is doomed. Totally screwed.
They're hit.
It's just a question of who's going to get the killing blow.
Enemy is hit.
And that turns out to be us. So, there's Dragon Blooded getting Top Gun in a Matilda Black Prince of all tanks. One of the slowest tanks in the game. In a tier 6 game on Runeberg. Not a bad little result. And quite a cute little tank, I have to say. It's a hard tank to love because it's so incredibly slow. But it's really tough from the front. And the gun, very rapid firing. I mean, look at the size of that turret. That turret does not belong on this tank at all. And yet it seems to work. And the gun, very, very rapid firing. Much like the 2-pounder gun on the Lend-Lease Matilda at tier 5 in the Russian tree. It's just a great little tank. A lot of fun to play. If only it just wasn't so slow. But Dragon Blooded played a great game there. Top Gun. Tier 6 game. And is tier 5 medium. Well done. Just as a little point of interest, this is what happens if you try to run some version 8 replays using the version 8.1 game engine. Now, there's something looks kind of strange about that, yeah? Oh yeah. Check that out. Yeah, bizarre. People don't realise exactly how much some of these maps have changed for patch 8.1. But enough of that, let's load it up using the correct version of the game engine and see how this game plays out. So, here we go. Same map, same game. Correct version of the game engine. There are other maps where you get that kind of result, by the way. If you try to run a version 8 replay in a version 8.1 game engine, El Halouf as well, it's pretty funny. Anyway, here's... I don't know what his name is. You can see his name there on the team list. Here's a random collection of letters in his Type 59 in a Tier 8 game on Abbey. Let's see how he does. Speed things up a little until the action starts. Which should be any second around about. There we go. Oh, good solid hit, and he's surely doomed. Are we going to be the one to kill him? Oh, not quite. Oh, we did hit him again. AMX 5100 was the one who got the kill. And that, on a 2% T50-2, is a real waste of a shot. But, somebody has to kill him. You can't let him get around the rear. Type 59, and there is a KV-1S down there. We angle, and he returns fire, and our tracks eat it, which is always nice. And another good shot, and there's that KV-1S. So the two Type 59s here basically spearheading the attack. And yep, he's got the Doom Cannon. That was a solid 434 damage hit, and that's going to leave a mark. But 15-second reload. We bounced. And he's probably going to be reloaded before we can get another shot off. And he did, but he bounced off our turret, and we killed him. So, good start. And there's that Type 59. Can we kill him before... Oh, we've tracked him. Come on, have him. Have him. Ram him if you have to, but just kill him. And he's gone. Oh, T28. This is the kind of angle we... Wait, what's going on? Base is being capped. Map alert. Map alert. Look down here. Nothing. Nothing down this side. These guys went up the road. Somebody, probably coming down the middle of the map here, is capping. And absolutely nobody is doing anything about it. No, that's not true. These guys are rushing back. Well played. Got another guy rushing back here as well. Whoa. It's a tier 7 tank destroyer, a tier 8 medium. We're going to lose. Unbelievable. We're winning 7-4. How many times have you seen this where you're killing, absolutely slaughtering the enemy team, and you lose because nobody goes back to reset a cap? Well, hopefully that ain't going to happen here, because half the team are going back to reset the cap. And random collection of letters here is loading high explosives. He wants to make sure that whatever he hits takes some damage. Smart choice. There must be a lot of tanks in the cap circle. Oh, there we go, we've reset it. Whew, well played. Good teamwork. Yeah, no sense in using HE now. It's not that critical. There we go, cap reset. Ooh, took a couple of losses doing it though. They've pulled the scores back to 9-7. So good reactions from the team there, which is, you know, it's refreshing to see, because so often you'd have lost by now because nobody would have gone back to reset. And that was good to see. You know, the people didn't care. Heavy tanks, tank destroyers, mediums, everybody who was in a position to go back went back. So that's good players. And now we're winning 11-7, and oh, Panther 2. And he's killed the KV-1S. Angle your armour. Oh no, you can beat his gun traverse. Oh, hell yeah, get around him. Oh, how screwed is this Panther 2 now? He's firing downhill at a Type 59. He's never going to penetrate. It's just not going to happen. He's trying to turn around, but all that's doing is giving us his lower glacis. And we blow his tracks off again and repeat the process. Get around him. Oh, look at this. This is just embarrassing. You've got to feel sorry for this guy. This is a well-driven Type 59. And there you go. Engine shot. Set him on fire. Killed him. Well played. It's the slow turret traverse and the long aiming time on that 88mm gun on the Panther 2 that gets them into trouble time and time again. It's really not suited for being a brawling medium. Oh, and there we go, we've won. 15-8. So yeah, two notable things in that replay. Team reacting very, very well to this massive sudden threat in the base, and you know, everybody in a position to do it going back to help reset, and that won the game. That's basically what won the game for them, or certainly prevented them from losing. Don't often see that in a random team. In fact, you very rarely see that in a random team. And random collection of letters here. Sorry, I just can't begin to pronounce your name. Giving us a masterclass in how to take down an enemy tank in the Type 59. Really well played. Well done. Okay, here's Tiger Tufel again. This time he's in his Panther. It's a tier 7 game on Highway. Actually, I say it's a tier 7 game. There's only 2 tier 7s on each side. Let's have a quick look. Tiger P and a Panther, and they've got a Panther and a 3002 DB. Yep. So not too bad. There's only 1 artillery on each side, but they're both tier 5. Now the Panther. Yeah, well, you know, tier 7 medium tanks, there's none of them are particularly good, with the T20 probably being the best of a fairly average bunch. And the thing about the Panther is it's just so damn slow. It is not a fast medium, but at all. And the gun selection is so mediocre. You're pretty much stuck with either using the same underwhelming 88mm that all the tier 6 mediums are stuck with, or the L70 75mm, which is more accurate, has a better rate of fire, more penetration, but just abysmally bad damage. Or this thing, the L100, which has 198mm of penetration, which is really, really good. It's very, very accurate. It has a good rate of fire, and it does 135 damage. So because of the really low alpha damage, you tend to find you don't get many kills when you're driving a Panther. You get lots of Confederate awards because you just hit everybody, you just don't kill them. Yeah, well, Tiger Chiefle here, he doesn't have time for Confederate. Watch this. She's trying to blow away that guy's cover at the moment. But not all of those buildings are destructible, unfortunately. A lot of them are, and it's it's just trial and error figuring out which ones are and which ones aren't. And you do have a very high ammo capacity in this tank. And it fires so quickly, there's not really much harm in wasting shots. And there's our first kill. But yeah, with a gun that only does 135 damage on average, and you've got Russians driving around doing 390, you tend to be the tank that softens up the enemy tanks, and then this Russian drives up, parks behind you, goes derp, and blows them away and kills them. And that tends to be what happens when you're playing a Panther. Not in this game though. Let's speed things up a little. Yep, we are completely getting our arse kicked here. We're losing 5-9. $5-10. Tiger P over there complaining that he's too slow to get into the town there and prevent the utter rout. And Tiger Chiefles, there they go. They're appearing on the map now. You can't see them in the game view. They're out of radio range, but you can see, you could see a couple of heavies. So, relying on that Tiger P to stem the tide coming out of the town, considering that we're 5 minutes into the game and he's still barely managed to move 200 meters out of the deployment zone. It's probably not the smartest idea. So Tiger here, he's coming back and he's going to defend the base.
That's gotta hurt. Enemy armor is
There you go, blind fire kill, M6, dead. So that's one of the enemy heavies. And that guy did have 2 kills, so he was, he'll be a loss to the enemy team. T-150. Very tough from the front, but this gun has 198mm of penetration, and we're taking return fire, but this is an extreme range. There it is. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. There's a Dicker Max. We're probably going to take... Oh no, he's been hit, so we can finish him off. There you go, 4 kills. It's a Churchill shooting at us. Churchill at this kind of range? Seriously? With that gun? Nah. You are not going to penetrate. You might damage our tracks, but you ain't going to penetrate. On the other hand, this gun has no problem penetrating a Churchill, even from the front, even though he turned his side to us. And we're just sitting on top of this hill, doing what Panthers do. Devastatingly accurate, long range, supporting fire. And suddenly, we're still losing, but largely, well I say largely, completely down to Tiger Chiefle using the Panther in the role that it is best at. Has basically turned the scores around. So now we're reasonably confident that the attack from the southeastern side of the map from the city has been defeated. But there's still a TD and 2 enemy tanks left, and there's nobody been watching the approach to the base from the north. And Artie's done an absolutely useless job. They don't appear to have hit or killed anything. And there we go. That's what he was waiting for. And there's the DB. And he's in no rush whatsoever. He's well angled. He's got a gun that can penetrate this guy. And why chase him out? Just going to get shot at by that other Panther.
That's gotta hurt.
And, you know, anytime this Tiger P feels like getting involved in the game would be, you know, absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever. Alright, fine, we'll go and do it all ourselves. Oh, turret ring jammed. Luckily, they still insist on sitting in front of a gun. And Artie finishes off the DB. Yeah, fantastic choice of targets there, Artie. You've got a Panther on 40% and a DB on 5%, and you shoot at the DB. Jeez. Six kills. And now artillery's complaining that we're finishing off his kills. Can you be on the enemy team next time, please? Really? That would be, you know, that would be really, really helpful. And suddenly we're winning. And all we have left is Artie and a Stug. So, what are we going to do? Well, there's 6 minutes of the game left. And the Stug, well, he's got a kill, so he's been involved in the fighting. He's not AFK. Enemy artillery could be AFK. Can't really tell. He might have damaged a lot of tanks. He hasn't killed anything. And Tiger here is asking, you know, anybody have any idea where that Stug is? And no, nobody's seen the Stug. So I suppose the smart thing to do here would be for the Tiger to defend the base. And for Tiger Teufel in the Panther to go and cap. So I'm going to speed things up here until somebody decides to do something. Oh, artillery's making a move. Where's he going? No, he's just moving into cover. So come on, where's that Stug? And artillery's decided that he's going to run to the cap. Tiger here is telling the Tiger P. Oh, and there's the Stug. Artie takes a shot at him. Stug's got the long 75.
Looks like that one went right through.
And he doesn't even seem to be trying to avoid taking the turn flying here. Well, now he's finally decided to move, but he hasn't moved enough. Oh, unlucky. Missed.
Enemy armor is
Bam.
destroyed.
3.5 minutes of the game left. You've got to go for it, really, haven't you? And yep, that's exactly what they're doing. Speed things up. 7 kills in a Panther. Are you allowed to do that? I'm sure there's a rule that says you're not allowed to get 7 kills in a Panther. Certainly seemed to be the case when I was driving one. Although, you know, having said that, I'm pretty sure I've managed to get a Top Gun or 2. But, well, you know, even a broken clock tells the right time twice a day. Tiger here's telling Artie, look, if you spot him, don't engage. Right, just spot him. I'll come and kill him. But Tiger P hits him, long range shot. Bingo, there you go, game over. 7 kills. 48,000 credits, 2,208 XP, and that's not doubled. not doubled. That's raw experience. It's a 2,200 XP game. And look at that. Awesome. Really good. And he took 15 hits. Did he get steel wool? No, the Tiger P got steel wool. Well, he came close to getting steel wool. Yeah, I was definitely a bit too harsh on the artillery there. He ended up with Confederate. So, yeah, my apologies to the artillery driver. You did play a good game. And unfortunately, it's just one of those things that people don't see until the end of the match, when it's too late to take back all the shit they were giving artillery for being asleep. Just because you don't see a number next to somebody's name doesn't mean they're not doing well. But yeah, Top Gun, Tiger Tufel. Surprisingly, he didn't get Sniper. But, but yeah, there we go. Enemy Panther got Sniper. If there's a Panther in the game, they're usually going to get the Sniper medal. So, but anyway, exceptionally well played. 2,200 experience, undoubled. Really, really, really well done. Well, that brings tonight's medium tank replay roundup to a close. I hope to be in a position where I can start announcing the winners of the various different categories within about a week, judging by the speed at which I'm currently going through the replays. Obviously the contest deadline's over, so I'm not accepting any more contest entries. However, if you do have a replay that you'd like included on the channel, feel free to send them in to me at charlton.paul70@gmail.com. Just check the main channel page for submission details, or have a look at the video description of my latest videos. I'm starting to include the details there. I cannot promise I will reply to your messages. I just get too many of them. I can't promise that they'll be featured on the channel, but I will eventually at some stage get around to looking at them all. So that's how to go about sending in future replays. In the meantime, as always, take care on the battlefield, and I'll catch you next time. More to come tomorrow.